Good afternoon and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Monday, everybody. We are back to kind of normal. The internet has been somewhat restored. Apparently, there was a big Amazon Web Services outage today, and so we were pushed to only Facebook this morning because the streaming software that sends us to all the platforms at one time stopped working. So now it's working again, at least from what I can tell. Hello, Lincoln Parish Library. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. We love learning from you because you have all of the books. Anyway, let's jump right into some of the recaps from the storms on Saturday. And we have confirmed an EF1 tornado in Madison Parish. The National Weather Service in Jackson had a survey team out early today. They've already sent that information and made that known to us. Started near the Hunters Bend area and then moved kind of along the Tensas River into the Tensas National Wildlife Refuge. Looking that up on the map, that was near the Sharkey Road area. Obviously, we'll get more details from the National Weather Service Storm Survey team as they get in and they kind of finalize all their information. But pretty much where we thought the tornado was going to be on Saturday, that was the case. Also, if you did see the post from yesterday, we do have one very unfortunate weather-related fatality due to lightning in Western Union Parish. A teenage hunter was killed on Saturday as well. So a rough start to the severe weather season with the confirmed tornado and a weather-related fatality. And as we go through the next couple of days, fairly quiet conditions. I don't think there's a lot of widespread sporadic damage, but there's a lot of trees down here and there. And so as folks clean up from that, they're going to get some nice weather days. But we do have a cold front moving into the area tomorrow morning, and that could bring some rain chances, albeit brief rain chances across the area. Check of the satellite this afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky across our area. Irene, good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us from Bastrop. We do have some clouds along the upper Texas coastline, but that's really it. The radar products made possible by Brown's Roofing. You can schedule your free roofing inspection at brownsroofingla.com. No rainfall across the area as we've set up for, again, quiet conditions through the rest of today and into tonight, but by early tomorrow morning, an advancing front will bring rain chances briefly back into the region. Most of us are in the low to mid-70s this afternoon. Temperatures here locally still in the upper 60s in some spots. But again, 72 in Monroe, 71 El Dorado, 66 in Lake Providence. So again, kind of a cool spot start. Most of us were in the upper 40s to start the day. And a lot of us will be in the upper 40s again before the week's end. Probably not tomorrow, though, because the clouds roll in pretty rapidly overnight. Dew points quite dry in the 40s. Those will climb in step with the return flow of moisture and cloud cover ahead of that cold front. Not a lot of moisture to work with, but enough to probably scour out at least some rainfall. And the winds have been breezy out of the south today. That will also aid that moisture transport later today. Heard the wind chimes outside earlier today. Yep, feels like 60 because of the winds. There you go, Gaddis. You got the right idea. Winds are back out of the south, so that warm southerly breeze is making a difference across the region and kind of making things a little bit cooler, or maybe, especially if you get in the shade. You get in the shade in this kind of conditions and a little bit of a 10, 15 mile an hour breeze, it'll get your attention. And we got some breezier conditions behind the front as we go through the middle parts of this week, too. Futurecast shows those winds back out of the south ahead of the front as it moves into the area early tomorrow morning. This is around 2 a.m. You can see the spotty showers developing along the boundary. Continues to advance along the I-20 corridor by around sunrise. So drive time along the interstate could have a few showers, so may want to plan accordingly there. And then, of course, rain continues to advance off to the south, even into early afternoon in our southern parishes and counties. The northerly winds take over, and morning lows, as I mentioned, dip back into the 40s. I know Futurecast is wanting to advertise some low 40s. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Where did I put El Dorado? I put El Dorado at 46 for Wednesday morning. Are we expecting any severe weather for Tuesday? No. Maybe a thunderstorm or two, but probably not anything organized. And really, it looks to be generally showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder from time to time. Rest of the week, it's a gradual warming trend, winds out of the southwest, and then we start getting upper-level winds out of the southwest, transporting Gulf moisture in, and subtropical moisture in ahead of what could be a fairly active weekend. Here's a look at rain totals as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. Again, where we do see showers, not everyone's going to see rainfall. I don't think this go around, but where we do see rain, probably a few tenths of an inch of rain briefly as this stuff moves from north to south across the region. Carolyn, thanks so much for hopping in as well. Check Futurecast over the next couple of days in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, so you can see the cold front as it moves through the area on Tuesday. And then by Friday, even as early as Thursday afternoon, that's what I'm talking about with the subtropical moisture. These upper-level southwesterly winds starting to transport moisture along the subtropical jet stream. And that's going to lead the way to a storm system that'll move into the area this weekend. And it may be kind of a sluggish, slow mover, bringing rain in for Saturday and then perhaps keeping the showers in through the day on Sunday. Once it scoots out late Sunday, there's another storm system on its heels for early next week, probably late Monday, Tuesday. And that one could, if it looks like that right there when it moves into the area, the way that trough's oriented, that would bring severe weather potential. Again, it's way too early to speculate about the evolution of a third storm system over the next 8 days. So I'm not really overly frantic about it. Not that I get overly frantic about that kind of stuff anyway. But you get what I mean. And so it probably kicks off a more active upper level pattern going into next week, and that's what we were preaching about Saturday's storm system. Is as it swept through, it really opened up the pattern to move into the region and open up a more active pattern. 47 degrees 8 miles north of Arcadia this morning. That's what Sean said that she woke up to today. That is not bad. 47 degrees. There could be some outlying spots, especially some of the rural areas. That Wednesday morning could be 43, 44 to start the day. That's pretty chilly, folks. Daytime highs back in the upper 70s to low 80s. Good afternoon, May and Eddie. Maybe a tough stretch to get to the 80-degree mark in some spots. Lows tonight, upper 50s to low 60s as the clouds roll back in pretty sharply. The rain chances are back in as well. By the way, I have rain chances overnight, generally in the 20 to 30% range. And then high temperatures for your Tuesday, mid to upper 70s, but the clouds will be a part of the forecast through much of the day as well. There's the rain chances for Tuesday, mainly early and mainly along and south of I-20, up to about 30%, 20% north of I-20. Of course, if you want to get really nitty-gritty in the forecast, you can just pop your location or your zip code into the Digital Weather Desk app. It's available for Apple users. I believe Android users is coming very, very soon. Maybe as early as later today. But when it happens, I'll let you know. And you can search it too, and if you see it before I do, then be like, hey, I saw it. And then I'll be like, woo! But yeah, you can always just look at those specific location forecasts. I update the hour-by-hour stuff as well. And I just refreshed it all, so you can go take a look at that now. And for Android users, and you're like, well, I can't do that yet, you can go to digitalweatherdesk.com, do the same thing. Again, scattered showers Tuesday, sunshine Wednesday, clouds roll back in Thursday and Friday ahead of rain chances. Saturday, Sunday, and then I also have rain chances back up to 40% for Monday, and that could bring strong to severe storm potential back into the region by that stretch as well. So that's how the forecast shakes out over the next 7 days. By the way, I know Louisiana Tech is at home tomorrow night against Western Kentucky at 6:30. We'll have that football forecast tomorrow evening. If you're heading out to the game, I think most of the rain will be pressed south of Ruston by the time the game kicks off, probably well before the time the game kicks off. So even if you have early afternoon tailgate plans, it really shouldn't be a big bother for most of that region. So some good news there for some Tuesday night football action. I love how they get to play on different days of the week. I think they've played on a Thursday. I think they have a Friday game. Yeah. They host Sam Houston on Halloween, so all kinds of moving and shaking for the Bulldogs on their football schedule. Conference USA does that stuff. It's kind of cool. All right, that wraps it up. Have a great rest of your day. I'll join you later this evening with a look at the forecast. Got to run some errands and work.